first one was a German kind of electronic band called Die Krupps, put out an EP full of, I think, primarily Black Album songs. This was radical, and this was like eyebrow raising, and it was also super cool.
Kirk and I are active surfers, so whenever we're by a beach, we make sure that we get in the water and we get a surf session in. And like in Australia, it ends up being almost like a surf tour with a couple gigs.
I'd say for me, the whole post-Napster thing, that I'm greedy. I'm more the opposite. Money, what?
Last artist I saw was Elton John in Las Vegas.
Brian Wilson did the whole second half after the intermission, did all the Pet Sounds. It was awesome.
My son's band, The Helmets, in Austin, Texas, about 10 days ago.
Putting that album together, it was a long process. And I think, in that process, we just kind of got so involved in the album and the music. Then, the first time we played Enter Sandman live, the response from the audience was different. Different than any sort of response we've gotten at that point. Once the album came out, that was the only real indication that I had outside of us four that we're sitting on something that was like bigger than I thought, at least.
The reason I wanted to be in a band, it was pretty much because of Motorhead, and when James and I hooked up and started Metallica, Motorhead was sort of omnipresent. It wasn't just in the music, it was in the attitude, it was in the imagery, it was the whole thing. And they just found a way to be an integral part of our lives and our whole career. We crossed paths so many times all over the world and had so many different experiences together and moments and all this type of stuff. He's a part of our DNA, part of who we are and kind of our whole MO. Pretty busy. Busier than we probably have ever been. We were on the road for 3 years. We spent a year in the Lou Reed world. We spent about 2 years on To the Never, and then we picked this record up and started that. And in between, there's all those Lollapaloozas and Reading and Leeds and kinds of trips to Antarctica and stuff that sort of shows up in the inbox that we go, that sounds like it'd be pretty fun. I think the days of spending like a year just making a record, not doing anything else, they're kind of over for us because we like to kind of just mix it up a lot and do different things.
We're kind of a group of guys that aren't satisfied easily. We get bored, and we're artists and we want to try new things.